Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lore, Warcraft, and You. Today we look at Medivh, the last guardian of Tirisfal. This video is an accompaniment of an article which you can find in the description below. The article talks about Medivh's past, the events with other key lore figures such as Lothar and Rin, and many others. But in this video I would like to talk about present day World of Warcraft and where this character fits in. It's known that after the banishment of Medivh's corruption by the hand of the super age-advanced cursed Khadgar, the former apprentice of Medivh, that the corruption escaped his body, and this embodiment of the evil that corrupted him is what corrupted Karazhan into the raid instance we can all go and play today. However, the story depicts that Medivh's soul also escaped at the time of his death, and with the help of his mother Aegwynn, her final power manifestable in the mortal plane resurrects Medivh to give him another chance at a life taken from him by Sargeras' curse deep within the womb. Medivh goes on to be the prophet of the events leading up to the battle for Mount Hyjal.
I failed humanity once before, and I will not do so again. The orcs, humans, and night elves discarded their old hatreds and stood united against a common foe, so did nature herself rise up to banish the shadow forever. As for me, I came back to ensure that there would be a future, to teach the world that it no longer needed guardians. The hope for future generations has always resided in mortal hands. And now that my task is done, I will take my place amongst the legends of the past.
And once this is done, he simply disappears in the lore. The speculation of where Medivh left off to is a topic everybody wonders about. The possibilities include his aged death from being given a possible mortal life, his possible return to Karazhan in the form of a black crow encircling the instance and indeed featuring on the loading screen for Karazhan itself, possibly hinting at his waiting for something or someday to return to World of Warcraft. And then there's the other theory, that he left the mortal plane to explore other, more indescribable locations, possibly in time and in space. Specifically, for any theory, you have to look at what we do have in-game, in present time. Currently, Khadgar, the apprentice, the one who put the sword through Medivh's heart in the first place, and even buried his master in the gowns of Karazhan, supposedly, is currently residing in Shattrath, where he found his apprenticeship with the Naru Adal. Little is known about the Naru other than their supreme power, and indeed throughout various storylines within the game are even seen capable of restoring life, and seem benevolent in reducing corruption in the following of the light. What then would be a good twist for a story like this? I would bet against this theory, but it could be a possibility. Perhaps the Naru are in fact a manifestation of another force, whether that be of Titan origin or even the Burning Legion, but what a twist would it be that Khadgar would have traded one evil master for another. Either way, Khadgar is set to play an informative and lead role within the events of the Warlords of Draenor expansion this year, and it was announced on a blue post that this would be the case. And in doing so, we will likely get some clarification on Khadgar's current motives, and perhaps some clarity on Medivh's current whereabouts, because in my opinion, a spell or a curse that would advance age of a particular individual usually would only last as long as the one who casts it is alive. So in my opinion, Medivh is very much alive, but as to his role and whether he will be seen in Warlords of Draenor, well, that will all become clear very soon, I'm sure. Anyway, hopefully this video has made you think a little about lore characters. Please check out wowstratics.com, and the link in the description will take you there, where you can see more on Medivh, lore, and in fact more from the World of Warcraft in general, guides, lore, opinions, first coverage of beta information, and much, much more. So, my name's Mioni, and I'll see you next time.